Hello.
Hello! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited!
Everybody off
I've
my
been watching you for so long. I love this.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, woo woo. All right. So, what would you like to focus on something specific or just go in?
Just go in.
Yep, I can feel it.
Oh, so we can't see anything. I can't see anything people are writing
Nope.
when I'm on Zoom, huh?
Nope.
Can you?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they said tell her we are saying we love her. We love her energy. And
Oh my gosh, my energy is.
Your energy is so amazing, is what they said.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so let's get. Okay. So your spirit team's like they're like what do I have around here to describe it? They're like pulling you up. They're like stretching you up. Like when you would grab a little kid to help them stand up, you might grab them by like their shoulders to help them stand as new toddlers. They're like stretching you up like yeah, they're like they feel it's like this, like they've got you, they're like trying to like they're like grabbing you energetically like come on, we got like come on. Like a parent would grab their kid to get them to going faster or something. So what else do we have? Yeah, they're like on the back side of you, like lifting you up. Almost like your feet can't even touch the ground. They're like lifting you, like your feet are like look. You're like, all right, you got a fun team, really fun team. Yeah, it's like they're trying to kick your butt, like go, like jump,
like we have work to do.
We got work to do, like we don't have time for this. And they're even laughing. They're laughing like she already knows this. Like she already knows this.
Yep.
So
yep.
So I want you to say, I have full confidence in myself. Without pausing. Go back. Without pausing.
I have full confidence in myself.
Yeah. Who on TikTok right now is noticing the facial, the expressions change? What's up with that? I'm calling you right out.
Because I don't have full confidence in myself.
Yep. Why?
Trauma.
Yep. Your team does not care. So most of the time, right? I go trauma, blocks, play in the sandbox. Your team is like, we don't have time for the trauma. You got to go get up into the sandbox and learn your tools. We don't have time for this right now. So they're saying like, you need to go. Don't worry about the trauma. They'll take care of the trauma after. Your gift, whatever, is getting called up right now. Like you are being drafted right now. It is your time. You need to come up. It doesn't matter that you're not ready.
Yep.
With or without you being ready, you are being lifted up to this mission.
Yep.
So
that resonates so much. Yeah.
You can focus on the trauma, but then you're just making excuses.
For sure.
For everyone else, I would say trauma first. We're going to go through the trauma. Like 99% of the time, it's trauma first. Yours is like, we don't have time for this shit. We got stuff to do.
Probably because I've sulked in it for long enough. Like, let's go.
Yeah, and the reality
there's nothing else.
The higher up you vibrate anyway, you're going to shake a lot of that trauma off anyway. So right now, time is of the essence. You don't have, they're not worried about discomfort. They're worrying about you need to step up now.
Right.
And it's grid work. You're doing grid work.
What does that mean?
Well, let me ask you, what do you think your mission is?
There's so many things that go through my head. Like,
Rattle them off. I'll tell you if you're on point or not.
I've been getting into like tarot work. Like I have a strong intuition. I've always felt things before they happen. Sometimes I dream things before they happen. I've been trying to use that as a key lately to help people. I think it's helping a little bit, but I also know that I need to focus more on myself to get stronger in my intuition, and I need to help myself first.
And I think you're playing it small with the things that you just listed. You're playing it small.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing it small.
Yeah, very much so. I'm trying to hold on to that woe is me. Like, I need to dream bigger.
You're playing it small. You're like, this is safe. I'm going to do this right here. And your team's like, what the fuck is she doing?
Yeah.
Why is she playing with Legos?
No.
We have bricks.
Yes.
We're like,
yes, totally.
Dream bigger. You need to, so right now we're going to do a little, how much time do I have, mods? What do we have for time? I want you to imagine that you're going to, I want you to take your energy, if you need to stand up, and take it as if you had a giant ship, like a cruise ship cable for the anchor. Bring it down through your spine, through your legs, through your heels, into the center of the earth. And I want you to anchor hard.
Okay.
Anchor right into the center of the earth. And from the center of the earth, when you are ready, tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
You are going to take that energy and you're going to shoot it up through the center of the earth, through the heels, through your hips, up your spine, through the top of your head, and you are going to hit the earth's grid. The energy that surrounds the earth. You're going to come up so fast and you're going to hit the earth's grid, and tell me what happens.
I feel lighter.
What else is happening? What's going on in your throat?
It's like actually closing.
Why?
I don't know.
Go back down, center of the earth, come back up through your body, hit the grid, the energy field that surrounds the earth, the atmosphere. It's an energy system that surrounds the earth. I want you to shoot up and I want you to hit it and let the energy disperse in this sphere. Tell me what happens. You feel yourself pulling back? You're resisting. Why?
Yes, I am. Very much so.
Why? You don't think you're worthy of this mission, do you?
No.
Okay. With or without your permission, this is your mission. With or without your confidence, this is your mission. So do you have an ottoman? Do you have a stool? Do you have a chair around you?
Yeah.
Yep. Go stand up on it.
Oh, I can't stand on it.
Why?
It'll break. like a table, but it will break. Like a table, but it will break.
Kitchen chair, something you can stand on. A bed. Take your phone to your bedroom.
Okay.
Stand up on that bed.
Okay, I'm on it.
Okay. You're on the bed?
Yes.
Can you touch the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. That is imagine that's your energy grid.
Okay.
And I want you to say, I own this mission.
I own this mission.
I own this mission.
I own this mission.
Say it again, louder.
I own this mission.
And what's happening in your body right now?
My legs are tingling.
Why are they tingling? Say it again. I own this mission.
I own this mission.
What's happening?
Right after I say it, I kind of get let down, actually.
No. Go back up. Say it again.
I have to like stable myself. The bed's a little. I own this mission.
Okay. Because you know what's happening right now?
What?
Well, let's break it down. I want you to separate mind, body, spirit. 3 separate voices. I want you to ask your spirit, am I worthy of this mission?
Am I worthy of this mission?
Is
yes, of course.
Yeah. Ask your body, am I worthy of this mission?
Am I worthy of this mission? Hesitant.
Ask your mind.
Am I worthy of this mission? Yes, of course.
So your body's holding trauma and your body's afraid. Your body's afraid of the trauma. It's also afraid of the shame, because if you get bigger and you get seen and you get known, the shame is going to surface up and you don't want people to know about it. Did you just watch my latest video about shame?
No, I will.
Because what happens? Shame is self-imposed. And I just went through this with a lot of very serious clients that I have, cancer clients that have had severe heart issues with appointments to see cardiologists every other week. It took 13 hours for us to get to the point. So 13, we had 12 sessions. The 13th, they came to me to say, oh, by the way, I went and got tested. There's 0 wrong with my heart right now.
I believe that.
Because
I believe that.
They were brave enough to speak the truth of what the shame was that they were holding on to that was destroying their heart.
Sure.
So what you think is the unspeakable, what you don't realize, half of my clients also think is the unspeakable, that no one else is going through it. And yet they're coming up in my session saying, I went through this and I'm afraid. I'm afraid of anyone knowing. And then the next client, I went through this. I'm afraid of anybody knowing. And and you're like,
right.
If only you all talk to each other, but I can't do that. But the things you are ashamed of, that you're holding shame for, you don't realize how many even people on this TikTok are in the same space, thinking that they're alone, going through it alone.
Right.
And for all you know, I did it. I went through it too.
100%. It's just hard to know until you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Until you stop giving it power.
Right.
Because once you take the power away from it, when you take the power cord from a computer, what good is the computer? It's just in the way. You take the power cord from any appliance, take batteries away from any electronic, what good are they?
No good.
No good. They have no power. That's no different than shame.
That is so true. Like what you give energy to
grows.
It's going to grow. Yeah.
And what grows shame is, according to Brené Brown, secrecy, silence, and judgment.
Brené Brown, I love her.
Right? And what's the antidote to shame? Compassion and empathy.
Compassion and empathy.
So you're not alone. And for all you know, the people who need to hear it from you.
Okay.
You got work to do.
I know.
And when you're ready to learn how to master that gift, you know where to find me.
I know.
But we're not going to worry about the trauma.
I know.
The trauma is, for you, the trauma is a choice. It's a choice of saying, I am not going to feed you anymore.
For sure.
Yeah. Your boundary is not with the world.
I thought I had a lot of trauma to work through, but maybe I don't.
You don't. No.
Because I talked to you a while back and you were going to give me, we were going to do some talking about the trauma and how to release it and everything like that. But I don't even know if I need to do that.
How far back was that?
A couple months ago.
Close that down.
But I do feel like I always go back to that. Like at the end of the day, like that's the root of all of my hesitations and my stagnation. It always goes back to childhood trauma.
Yeah, I want to make sure that my file doesn't open. Childhood trauma. All right. Did we have? Did we?
No, we just chatted on Instagram.
On Instagram. Okay, I was like, I don't know that I have a file created for you.
No. Nothing concrete. No,
okay.
You just no.
Casually.
I reached out to you.
Okay.
I've been in your rooms a couple times. I reached out to you after one of them, and talked a little bit about, I think, my trauma and everything. And you just told me ways that we could connect and how you could help with that. But I don't know how much of that I really need.
You don't. Opening your energy lines, your spirit team is saying you're wasting time focusing on it. You got bigger things to worry about.
You know, you're the second person that told me that today.
Yeah.
One of my friends told me that I should already be utilizing my gifts more than what I am. I should be way farther along than what I am, but I like hold myself from that. Like I hold myself back.
Yep. Confidence and worthiness. Your gifts are already waiting for you. They're just waiting for you to stop looking over this shoulder to notice they're right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
They're there. They're waiting. Like your team is like,
right.
Come on, like let's go. Like they're lifting you up so much that you're like, when I see your energy, your feet are barely on the ground. They're like,
yeah, you know, like those little kid life jackets,
like the loop. Yep.
Yeah. That's funny. So I have a question. When we first got on, why didn't you like scan my body for?
I didn't need to.
And see what
your spirit team was like. Your spirit team didn't say there's trauma. It said she's focusing on the trauma. We got other things to do.
Yeah.
It was mission first. And when I hear mission first, it means your spiritual mission, the reason you are here, your life purpose, is more important than the trauma. You're focusing on the trauma. Your team's like, we don't have time for that. Like you waited too long. You've spent too much time focusing on it that the clock is run out. Like your mission's you're getting called up. Like if you were in the military, like you wasted so much time thinking about what to pack. They're like, no, we're getting on the plane now. We're going.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
With or without the proper stuff in the bag, we're going.
Right.
Your missions, you are being called up. So
do you get that a lot?
No. Most of the time I get people who want to do spiritual work and I'm like, ooh, you got to work on your trauma first. It's usually the other way. But every so often it's, we don't have time. We don't have time. I have a client right now who's in the hospital, and her spirit team's like, we don't have time for you to mull over your physical pain. Move through the discomfort. We got shit to do.
Right. So I know I know you don't do Reiki, but do you believe in Reiki?
Yeah, I operate at a much higher vibration. So I've never met a Reiki master that could keep up with me.
Not at all. I will agree with you from watching what I've seen and what I know about Reiki. But do you believe in Reiki for other people?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the way I see Reiki is I see it like, have you ever had a really good hug by someone? Like a really good hug, and you're like, I can feel this energy.
Yes.
So basic practitioners for me are people who can hug you energetically. Reiki masters, like not, and I have a thing with American Reiki masters because they try to spiritual bypass. Every time I scan someone who's like, I'm a Reiki master, I've been doing this, I'm holy fire, and I'm like, I scan, I'm like, you're full of trauma. No one It's like
Right.
I don't take anyone seriously who tells me they're a master of something and then avoids their trauma. That's not how it works.
Right.
You cannot be a
Right.
master of your spiritual lane and ignore the mind. The mind is the central
Right.
headquarters to everything.
Right. You have to be good
Except
with
you.
yourself.
Except you. You get to bypass. You got a VIP ticket from Disney. You get to bypass the line.
Well, I'm not trying to do Reiki either. Like, I think, yeah, you would definitely have to be 100%.
You have to be clean.
Emotionally, yes, to be able to put energy onto other people. How your energy has to be pure first.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just an empty straw." I'm like, a dirty straw is a dirty straw. I don't
Right.
want to use. I don't want a dirty straw coming in my glass. Like,
Right.
I don't want a dirty
100%.
glass. I don't want dirty water.
Yes.
Yeah,
that makes sense. For sure, yeah.
Yeah. You get the golden buzzer.
You are so much fun. I wish I lived in Vegas.
You're always welcome to visit. Where do you live?
Wisconsin.
I am not visiting Wisconsin. Definitely not
I
in the
don't want to
winter.
either. So one more thing for you. So I actually work in the medical field, and I want to get out of it because I feel like it's so corporate and so money and so like I posted these things on my TikTok, like they're just silly little videos, but like of like all the benefits of like tea, just tea. But they'll never tell you that.
Oh, do you want to see my tea
in
drawer?
A hospital?
Oh, you're on Zoom. I can't even. I'll show you when you come back on TikTok. I have a drawer dedicated to tea. Tea.
Oh, me too. Oh, I do too. No, I do too. I'll show you it right now if I can put my camera on. But what's the first step of like getting out of that? Because that's like my life. Because didn't you start out in the medical field or no?
I didn't.
Yeah,
I started out in the psychology. Oh yeah. I have a lot of the same ones.
I have a whole thing.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see.
Yeah.
But because there's such natural healings to tea and stuff, and like everything from like heart disease to circulatory issues to depression, anxiety. But as soon as you go to the doctor, they just want to give you another medication. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for like saying this because that is where I work, and I want to support where I work. But at the same time, it's like, I just want to tell people, like you could drink some tea to help this or that, but I can't like go against the grain either, It's like,
here's an interesting statistic is of all of the professions of all of my clients, the highest ranked, like in terms of like number of clients, are individuals in the medical field, nurse practitioners, PAs, medical doctors, chiropractors.
Yeah.
The medical field is the highest represented field of all of my clients.
I believe it because like a lot of your clients probably want to like help people and do good. And that's where you start off going into the medical field for.
Yeah.
Correct? Like you just want to help people and do good and like help people, basically. I've also seen on TikTok a lot of like medical professionals leaving.
Because
right
what
now,
do you do
the same things
when you have science conflicting with your spiritual beliefs, with your spiritual mission is conflicting with your medical oath?
You can't do both.
Unless you go separate and independent.
Right. Then you can do whatever you want your way. But if you're working for a company, like you can't do both because you're told to do one thing. If I'm telling something different, like I could literally get reprimanded for that. Like, and it feels against like my spirit and my soul and like everything that I know. It doesn't feel authentic anymore. It used to.
What's your profession?
I'm a medical assistant.
Okay. What you're going to find is it's going to morph for you. You're going to, so kind of like a spiral. What you're doing now, the wisdom that you're gaining, the experience, is going to come around to help you. Like I have a master's degree in positive psychology, but I didn't want to be a clinical therapist. I intentionally danced around clinical therapy because I have no intention of working with stuck people. I have zero patience for stuck people. I want to fly. Even if people are
Right.
slow, I don't care. Snails, turtles, I don't care. I don't want stuck. I don't want to come back to
Right.
ground zero every
Well,
day.
no, no. Because I'll tell you what, I've been to a couple therapists, and all it is like a cry session.
Mm-hmm.
And who wants to sit with that day after day after day? Like, and my spiritual journey just started not that long ago, and it has helped me so much more than I'm talking about, like coming on your lives, like other TikTok lives, books, stuff like that has helped me way tremendously more than any therapist I ever saw.
Yeah. My sessions, they move way faster than therapy. We're getting in and we're moving. Now, but had I not taken those classes in psychology, and if you see down in the corner, those are all my anatomy, physiology books, medical surgery books. Had I not read those books or taken those courses, and you can even see like those are my like graduate level binders.
Right.
Had I not done that, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing here. So even though I'm not in the profession of those things, the information, the wisdom, the knowledge helps me do what I'm doing here.
100%. It's like you have to know the alphabet before you can talk.
You had to have the background that you have to do what you're going to be doing soon. But you're not doing it in one-on-one. Your mission is not individual. It's collective.
Okay.
What you might want to also start to learn is how electricity works in the physics world. Because you have the ability to play with electricity differently.
Mm-hmm.
So take what you know, apply it to electricity, and how can you heal people with electricity?
Mm-hmm. I worked in podiatry for 2 years, and I absolutely loved it. Things didn't work out between me and the provider, so I had to leave, unfortunately, but I was very into the feet, which is not normal. And I actually got like a vision of like a reflexology chart.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know what it was. I just saw the vision of these feet with colors on the bottom. I never saw one before. And I Googled it and it said reflexology chart. So like that's something that I was possibly thinking might be in my future, like something with reflexology, like just touching certain parts of the foot and then, you know what I mean? And healing through that way.
Every part
That's
of our
probably
ear,
like
every section of
minimal
our
to
ear
do, but
connects to an organ. Every tooth connects to an organ. Every disc in our spine connects to an organ. And every pressure point under our feet connects to an organ.
Right.
If you study that.
Right.
But you need to understand electricity too.
I have been trying to work with electricity too. In one way, like I discovered a crystal shop in my town. I've never done anything with crystals, but I don't know if you do anything with crystals, but she put one in my hand and I didn't feel anything. And then she put another one in my hand and it was like my hand was like vibrating.
Oh.
And I know.
I have one of those. I tell a story about one of them.
Yeah. So I got all these crystals or whatever from the shop, just whatever resonated with me, whatever I felt, you know. And the one that buzzed in my hand happened to be $54. But I think because it's a good one, it's a dravite.
Ooh.
I don't know, but I feel energy and stuff like that.
Put that back in your hand, in your dominant hand. In your non-dominant hand. Put it in your non-dominant hand.
And show you it? Or
no, just put it in your hand. And then put your feet on the ground.
Yeah, it's a grounding one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a grounding crystal. Did you know that?
I could feel it. I can feel it because I can feel into you.
Really? This is a grounding crystal.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
Yep. Let's get you back on TikTok because I got to go to bed.
Yes. Sorry. Okay.
We're all good. I'm going to close us out.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming up and letting me play with your energy too.
Oh, thank you for everything.
All right. I'll see you back on TikTok.